It's a people, it's a community, it's a life, it's a heart, it's a spirit.
Parents of gay children say, I want my son, my gay son, to have the same opportunity to come to me and say, hey, Dad, I'm getting married, as my non-gay son or my non-gay daughter.
The heck would you want a picture of a tattoo of $1,000 on your penis for?
You might just need to satisfy yourself sexually alone at that point.
Do I regret it? Not one bit. Did I think that I would actually take it the next step and do it again?
And what goes into their life, how they handle it. There are 12 houses, and each one of those houses has a particular function.
Look into yourself, think about it, and just be whoever it is that speaks to you.
Hi, I'm JC Alvarez, and welcome to Talking About. And we're so fortunate to have in our studio today comedian Dave Rubin.
How you doing, JC?
How are you, sir?
I am doing well, despite having to come out here to Queens or wherever we are. I really don't know where we are.
As long as you got all your shots and you have your passport up to date, you're fine.
Yeah. It was very difficult on the subway. I just want to say that I was touched by several people. A lot of people eating.
Inappropriately?
Why are a lot of people? Everyone's eating on the subway here. Do people not go home in Queens and eat at home?
You know, I often ask that myself, but like, yeah, you're right. A lot of people do eat on the subway.
Yeah, there was a guy with a. There was a guy literally. He had like a little plastic cup with peaches, little peaches, just with his hand dribbling all over the place.
Oh, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, and then he made a call on his peach-fingered cell phone. It was.
Well, you know, he's got to wrap up and, like, you know, make sure he gets rid of the evidence before he gets home. So
it was bizarre, but anyway, here we are, and
yes,
it's not about the subway.
No, it's all about you, man.
Yeah.
Very busy comedian, very busy guy around town. Host of Here Network's Hot Gay Comics.
Yeah.
Which is really kind of like, right now, sort of like the mecca for aspiring new gay comics in New York City.
Pretty much.
Yeah, how's that gig going?
I'm like the Johnny Carson of gay comedy, basically.
Right. That's not a bad title to have.
No, that's pretty good. I guess that was a little narcissistic to name myself that. But it's actually going great. You know, there really is a great group of gay comedians in New York and in the country, and nobody knows because, as Homer Simpson said, Marge, I like my beer cold, my TV loud, and my homosexuals flaming. And there's a whole group of other people that want to change some of those stereotypes.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And another group of people that don't want to change the stereotypes, but we don't have a lot of outlets. So
it's all about encompassing and embracing all kinds and all types.
I embrace very little, but they can do what they want to do, and I do what I do. It's, you know.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's just one of the things that you do, because you also host the podcast on Here Networks called Topical.
I do Topical.
You do Topical as well, and Topical is sort of like your spin on anything that's current and hip and happening.
Yeah. It's basically Hot Topics on The View, but since they took the phrase Hot Topics, I went with Topical.
Oh, I thought it was like sort of like an ointment that you rub on.
Well, it's your cure.
Oh, yes, of course.
And
yes.
gay people are always rubbing creams all over themselves anyway, so we thought it was a...
Hence my connection to Topical being something like, you know, an ointment of sorts.
Yeah, and you came on.
I did too. Yes.
The show, you came on the show as a guest.
Yes, I have been a guest on your show, yes.
Yeah, and...
Yes, discuss current events and so forth, yes.
Current events, so forth. You know, we talk about sex, we talk about love, we talk about...
He didn't have me on for that show.
Yeah, you had nothing to say about sex or love.
Very little.
Everything with you was very clinical.
Immediate, fast, come on, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in and out of there, man.
Yeah, but we try to do it in, you know, in a non-pandering way. And, yeah, it's pretty good.
So your aspirations as a comedian, I mean, I enjoy your comedy. I have a lot of friends who are comedians and stuff, and they're all very different. Every comedian I've met has a very different, you know, sort of like slant or take. What's yours?
Well, I really feel, I did a stand-up for 7 years in the closet. So I was a straight comedian.
Oh my
somehow.
God.
What the hell? It seems like another life to me now. But I think that as a comedian, it's your job to talk about everything.
Sure.
And
to be
gay
relevant
people, absolutely to be relevant. And gay people have, we're waiting for the next step. And the next step is just showing gay people that happen to be gay. I don't think I'm really gay. I mean, I suck cock and, you know, but beyond that, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a good dancer. I dance like Bill Cosby. Like, You know,
That's okay.
You know, this is I got this at H&M, which that's pretty good.
Hey,
so
that's what my budget range is like too. So don't.
Yeah, so it's my budget and my level of gayness, and so I just think that the general topics that people want to hear about and want to talk about, love, sex, politics, relationships, anything, these are things that transcend sexuality,
Sure.
and we just need gay people to be able to be seen as people, and
I
not
agree,
just
yes.
The clowns that we are.
Well, because you know, we have come sort of like this crossroads in America where it's sort of like, you know, now we're sort of like fighting for our own civil rights.
Yeah.
You know, and it's if we're not continuing to change the way people perceive us, we're going to be put into that box and sort of like, you know, be scrutinized by what happens in that box.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting too, because even though, you know, a lot of the gay media feels like, well, we're, you know, we ghettoize ourselves,
Right.
or we've been ghettoized,
Right.
chicken or the egg. And in some ways, the gay people that I know are absolutely the happiest, funnest, coolest, most self-aware, really the best. I've had it with straight people, honestly. I hate most of them, and I will challenge any of them to a fight. No, but gay people really are so great, and part of that actually is because of our sort of otherness.
Right.
And I do fear a little bit that as we become completely mainstream, we're going to be as boring and pathetic. And I mean, these people, have you met my parents? I mean, these are, oh.
Well, I mean, I just think that's a sign of the times. I mean, it's like we really are crossing all kinds of lines, and you know, when you have Ellen and Portia sort of like being accepted by everybody, it's kind of like, you know, what else is there to shock? There really isn't anything. We're sort of like that top already.
But yet, it's easier for lesbians for some reason in sort of a in a mainstream way. You have Ellen, obviously a huge mainstream success, and you have Rosie. But there hasn't been a gay man outside of, you know, someone that comes on a talk show to do fashion. There really isn't an openly gay actor, really, or Neil Patrick Harris, I think, really is the exception, and I admire him. I don't watch the show, but I have a sense.
We follow his work.
Yeah, I enjoyed Doogie Howser.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But that we can do those things, and
we can do anything.
We fly.
And now we have a Dave Rubin.
Yeah.
Who's going to spearhead that whole.
Yeah.
Sort of like, you know.
I'm going to sort of be like Moses, like I'm going to lead the gays to the promised land, but then I'm not going to enter. You know what I mean? And then I'm just going to die alone in a cave.
Oh, well, hey, man,
Which is why I came out to Queens, so I think we're doing
I
well.
hope not, because I really enjoy you. I wish you the best success, and I know that you're going to just blow up eventually. Not right now, not on the set, but like, you know.
No, I think tonight's the night.
I have great faith in you, and thanks for coming on.
My pleasure. It's been good chatting with you, JC.
Absolutely. And I'm JC Alvarez, and this has been Talking About.